Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. I'm a little bit behind. You guys are gonna see this vlog tomorrow. We've just had so much stuff going on. What is this? Oh, did this project already. I am packing my bag with some snacks and lip gloss and inspiration or plans, my plan book, so that we can go find some hardware and lighting for the kitchen. Let's just go shopping. It's just gonna be a shopping day. You guys are just gonna come with me. We looked online last vlog, you saw. I mean, we know what size we need of things, 3 to 3.5 for a light. And I'll bring my plans so I know cabinets, like how many cabinets we have. I know that the kitchen is going to be an eclectic mix of hardware on the cabinet doors. That's what I want. And I know that I have 2 bags of hardware at the cottage and we're done with the kitchen. We've filled it. So I had extra. I think I want my mom to bring them when she comes, just so that I have options. They're similar to the one bag is completely different than the ones I used in the cottage. I didn't actually use them. I just saved them for other projects. And the other bag is the exact ones that I used in the cottage. They were like those round ceramic with the little brass circle in the center, which are pretty. So we have options, and those were like, I got that bag for like $5 or something crazy like that. Bringing water. Do need the book that you guys are sitting on. This one. And this one will tell. Oh, I also want to go by the Kohler showroom. Are we going to pass it? No, not really. But is it like halfway in between here and where we're going? Kind of, sort of, maybe? Yeah. So that's all right. But at least if I bring my plans here, you know, I can count, you know, how many we need for each thing. I'm definitely going to have to find something really long, elongated for the refrigerator, like I did in the cottage as well, because old, like vintage, you never find big, like long, and like I've never found them. They're pretty hard to come by, so those might have to be new. But everything else I feel like we can find and we can figure out. We just need to start. I have so much to source that we've got to start doing it. It's a little bit of a drive. These are the places that we were going to go to. Well, I had on my list to go to the first time when we went kind of shopping, but all the ones I was going to was in the same area. So this time I'm getting an early start so that I can go a little further out and go to the Eric's salvage, architectural salvage, good, old good times, the Kohler showroom, and maybe if there's any other store. I'm gonna ask them if there's any other store. Is that rude? Okay, that's rude. If there's any other stores that they recommend that are like them, maybe that's rude. Maybe I won't ask. I can't find any more online, but sometimes they've given me good advice. I feel like there's another one that by our old house that I went to a lot that has a lot of hardware, but I've never bought anything there. I don't know if it's the pricing. I don't know why, but maybe now that I have something super intentional I'm shopping for, I'll change my mind. We could go there too. And that's kind of like on the way to the Kohler thing. So let's go. Hey, we have arrived. I've not been to this part of town in so long. So long. So long. I used to live kind of not too far from here, probably about a couple blocks up that way, because I'm like right next to downtown when I went to college. It's changed a lot, but that's been a while. So this place says Wells Antique Tile and Pottery, Eric's Architectural Salvage. See, I got my tape measure too. I always bring tape measure because if we find lighting, I need to measure it and scale it. They usually always have one too. I gotta go to the bathroom again. Being pregnant, man. Just something else. Ooh, they have little tiles. But see, not much of any of them. That's the thing. Does I say 40 each? These so nice. He's got great stuff. So it's kind of like two separate companies. One side has like all the lighting, so it's paired over here too, just to make most of the space. And then he has all the pottery and the tile work. He said a lot, you know, California, Spanish revival, a lot of what he has. But I'm seeing some like French blue, some specialty pieces mixed in. So tile is something we need to think about too. I want to make my own. Of course I do. Look at this lighting, you guys. The crystals. But then I turned around and I saw this and I was like, oh, hi. It's a little more whitewashed than I had wanted, but it's very pretty. Stuff is all very not what I'm looking These are really pretty, but the brown has a lot of purple in it. See all the purple? Gosh, they're pretty. Kind of just like abstract, but kind of like toile in a weird way. Oh my gosh, look at all the lighting, you guys. Okay. I feel like something can happen here. I feel it in my bones. Like, could we find a good light? Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh, the door. Okay, we're getting to hardware and things. I also need a really pretty light to go over the sink. And I want them obviously to complement. They're in the same room. The big one over the dining room table and then the small one over the sink. And I'm struggling with like balance and like, was that a good decision? I just wanted something there that was a little more special than just a recessed light. Do you know what I mean? But it has to hang from the wall. It has to hang from the ceiling on an angle there's that. Something sweet. We still need hardware for the doors, you know? But I need 8 of them. Oh, I love this. Love. Gosh, look at those. These are so sweet. I don't want to go too whitewashed like that, you know? Like, I love the shape, but I would want to bring back the color. There's a all brass light with lots of, you know, like candelabra, like candlesticks. The bottom is beautiful. Look at all the detail. Is it too ornate though? I think it would be, it's not very wide though. Like just over 2 foot. Oh my, look at that one. See, that doesn't have any crystals. It's got a lot happening though. It's might lend a little more Italian. That's so pretty. Oh, look at the train. Oh, okay. I spent an hour, almost an hour in there. I only had an hour in the meter too. Almost an hour. So much to see. I took a couple pictures of some things that I liked, and it actually has been the first place that I was like, there could be possibility. You know what I mean? These lights come out of like really big like estate homes, and like they're really beautiful. I mean, some are baccarat. Like crystals I'm just trying to stay away from. Like I told you guys, like crystals on the light I just feel like lend too feminine, and that's a lot of what you see, you know, when you talk about like French lighting and stuff, and European in general. There were a couple of lights in there, one that had more of a whitewash look, that was more sparse, that I feel like could be easily like knocked off now. Like I feel like it's definitely not as old. She said it was probably like 1940s. Do I think it would be pretty? Yeah. Am I absolutely like drooling over it? Not really. And then there was another one that came out of the Hoyt Rod McEwen estate. And it's probably from Spain. It's a little more Mediterranean. No crystals, but very detailed, has a lot happening to it. Definitely needs to be rewired because we did see some cloth wiring. It's a 48-inch drop and a 43-inch width. It's the right size. I mean, it would make a statement, but it's got a lot going on. But is it too Mediterranean? Is it too frilly? Is it too much? I'm struggling, you guys. I'm struggling, but I did take her number, and she's gonna keep her eyes peeled, especially if we find one like this, like that's kind of like easy to get my hands on. We don't have to wait for shipping. The light is really like one of the last things that's gonna go in, like the decor, like the furniture and things. But I'd like to have the electricians install it because I can't get on a ladder. I can't lift a lot of heavy things, you know? So it's like, I'd like to go ahead and pick it because I'd like it installed by them the right way. So, I mean, we kind of need to decide. Like, it needs to be in the next like month. We're gonna go to Good Old Things, which is not very far away. Oh my gosh, I was right. I was literally blocks away from where I lived when I went to school. That's wild. I live in this building right here. Absolutely wild. Like flashbacks. But when I was living in downtown, there was nothing. Like, have you ever been to LA, like LA Live, where like the Staples Center or Crypto Arena, I guess is? That did not exist. There was no grocery store when I came to go to FITM. There's no grocery store in downtown. And downtown became like a ghost town, you know, because it was just like really for like financial. And then you ventured further out and it was like in the garment district where all the fashion is. But it was on the other side. So it was like really became a ghost town. I remember I pretty much lived on Panda Express the entire time I was in college, which probably wasn't very great for me, but I did. It was the only thing that really that was available. Some crackers. Next one was right down the street. I forgot to tell you, I looked at like hardware and stuff when I was at the other place. They had some, but not really what I was looking for. So let's go see. I have to walk. I had to find a meter, but I have to walk a little bit.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cup my tea. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again?
So pretty.
Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on. Put me together, take me back where I belong.
You know, I have passed this place for probably the entire 15 years that I have lived in LA. And I used to take this exit to go to school when we lived a little further out. Past it all the time. To go to work even, like for years and years, like years in the fashion industry. And would always look at it, and they always had these like big oversized things outside. Always looked at it, never went in. Why? Don't ask me. It's like a lighting dream. Prices are a little cheaper too. You know, but honestly, a lot of their lights are on the smaller side. They're more like the 2 foot. Also, when I'm going through this process, I can easily get like, I can stray from something that's gonna look really good or like really match the house. So I keep checking in with myself. I'm like, okay, what's gonna do the house justice? What's not gonna do too over the top? What's not gonna go too far where it's like, feels disjointed, which is like I just talked about on my podcast. Like, you can go too far and it starts to feel faked. I need it to feel authentic and pretty and beautiful. And the sinks. Sink anyone? But all these lights are smaller. There was a vintage store that I passed when I was like walking here. I wanted to try there first because that was where I was going. There was a vintage one that had some more lighting. That last place, there was so much stuff in there. I could not walk and shop. There was so much like blocking the walkways. I don't even know if there was anything there that I would have liked. I just was like overwhelmed. Okay, that was the 3. Well, that was the 2 on my list. The good thing about Good Old Things is he just said that they have 2 stores in Manhattan and then they list all of their lighting on their website. Did not know that. I didn't know that they were bi-coastal. That could be our next thing that we do. Like, take a look online. He said their showrooms, like their shops are filled with lighting. Like the whole ceiling's covered with lighting, which could be good. I mean, we do have time to ship something if we need to, and then they just ship it here and you pick it up from them. So now I want to go to Kohler and take a look at the faucets that I'm thinking about. Because if those don't work out, I think I am going to get them like more specialty, but I just don't know yet. Changing plans. A little spit top. Pit stop. Oh, I'm starting to mix my letters around. Pit stop at the Liz's Hardware over where I used to go. Because it dawned on me, I'm like, wow, they have a lot more handles and knobs and things, and I should probably take a look while I'm on this side of town for handles for the doors, because I think the doors are coming soon, and that would be so exciting to already have the hardware. They won't put it on until we paint the doors. I want to pop in and see if they've got some kind of elongated handle. She gives it to you straight. Liz was there. I was like, let me just show you a picture of kind of what I'm looking for. So I showed her my inspiration, like, and then how I kind of did the doors and what was the original thought. And I was like, I just love these elongated handles. And she was like, no. She was like, what was made here that they pull the houses, you know, like they pull out of houses. What was made here in the French style is close to non-existent. And she was like, it's hard. So you have to have it, you know, someone had brought it over. She was like, go over to the new site and see if they can order you something new. And he looked through the books and he saw everything new that I saw. And I'm like, I just don't, the length that they've got going is like about 5 inches is like the longest you can get. He's like, you're gonna have a hard time finding elongated ones like that. And I'm like, of course I am. Of course I want something that's hard to find and it's non-existent. So he did give me a great source. He said the Golden Lion is a hardware store and he specializes in more European and specifically French. So he may have something already that I'll like, or he could source something. I'm looking at where it is and it's in Santa Monica. I'm not in Santa Monica. The search continues, you guys. When you want to create such a special kind of room or makeover or renovation and you want these special details, it takes time. It's not like I can just order everything I want, you know, like it takes so much time. But at least I was able to show them, you know, kind of like what I was looking for and not stand there and dig through all that hardware. She was like, I don't have anything like that. Because like she said, a lot of the ones that she has are stubby. You know, they're kind of like a 2.5, 3 inch. Not what I want. So we can go on another day to that area because we're not nowhere near Santa Monica right now. But we just arrived at the Kohler experience. I really just want to take a look at like the ones that I've picked already. Artifacts collection was really pretty, this one. So let's go take a look and see. Wow, so beautiful. Really is an experience. Oh, it always scares me when it does that. It always scares me. Every time the toilet does that, it scares me. This is all bath stuff. Okay, so here are all of the kitchen faucets, and they have like sinks and things. This is the artifact collection, the one I really like. Since we have a window, a box window above our sink, I've noticed with our other faucet that we were using from our apartment that was like more looped like this, I noticed that it was kind of in the way. Like, it was a pretty look. I didn't mind that it came up, but something like this would be a little, you know, shorter, and this is the same. It just doesn't have this long arm. I also really want to do a water filtration system because it's just more economical. Like, you're not buying water bottles and stuff. And this is the only one that I thought might go really well with the artifact collection because they don't make that one in the water. Like, they do make a bar sink, but it's super tall. And I thought that might be weird. And this one was a little shorter to sit off to the side. And it would just, oh, it works. Oh my God, MaCenna. I just washed my hands. So glad no one was around. Okay, but I want to see what the pot filler. Okay, this is essentially, I think, what it would look like, but not standing. It would be attached to the wall. Super cool. I mean, I really like it. This is the brass color. Okay, I'm so glad I got to see them in person. Because of the window, I feel like it's a good one to have. And I like how it has like a vintage kind of inspired look to it too. So I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna work out really well. We just need to kind of check availability and things like that. First step was kind of picking it, and then actually seeing it in person at a showroom is beautiful. We've made our way around town. Were we successful? I don't know. Are we a couple steps closer? Yes. So I feel really confident about that we're actually getting closer to finding what we want. Now stepping out of the first kind of salvage lighting place that we went to, I was getting a little ornate. I was getting a little out there, I think. The search definitely continues on lights, especially when you're investing in something like vintage like that or like antique. It's a lot. It's a big decision. But I want something special, but I want it to complement the house and not feel so disjointed. So taking my own advice, really making good decisions with this renovation.